Mike, first of all, this is from Mike Demand's live chat, well, his live stream earlier on. And this Chrissy he just mentioned it. I forgot the organization's name. That bothers me so much. Oh, Bring Them Home, or what is it? Bring Them Home? There's a certain paragraph, a response from Malaya Brooks Murray here. And it would suggest that she's not interested in finding Jack and Lily. And she's certainly not comfortable with this outside organization contacting her or being involved in the case. Now, what does that tell you, friends at home? I was told, the statements from Malaya is in response, I was told you were no longer on the case anymore and that you would no longer be contacting me. This came from Major Crimes due to something between you and Belinda's fake lawyer, who is Daleen. And she has a lawyer, and I guess maybe I'm not going to guess, but Belinda wants to be made part of the communication circle when it comes to Jack and Lily Sullivan at this point. But she is going for guardianship of Jack and Lily in that sense at this point in time, which would make her a part of that. Maybe she is getting some hostility back through Malaya. Malaya is trying hard to really stay away from any sort of media, which is questionable on its own at this point in time. Considering everything that we've learned to this point about the case, Malaya has to be even more terrified to come in front of a camera. 24 minutes ago, the Daily Mail, they've been writing about this for the last 24 hours, and they've got a couple new articles up. This one's titled, Anguish of Mother Whose Son 4 and Daughter 6 Vanished in Nova Scotia Woods 6 months ago, as cops reject claims a stranger abducted them. Think about how different of a title that is from others that you've seen. Isn't it just enough to frustrate you? I just read an article from People magazine that was sending people to a Facebook group page that Malaya was posting in. Puke. Here it is. I finally found it. Please Bring Me Home, which is conducting a search on November 15th. The missing children's mother praised ongoing search efforts on the part of family members, friends, and the volunteer group, Please Bring Me Home. Well, that's a little different than what we're reading here on Old Mike Demands. Old Mike Demands tells Chrissy from that particular group there, Daily Mail, I was told you were no longer on the case anymore and that you would be no longer contacting me. This came from Major Crimes due to something between you and Belinda's fake lawyer. Oh, I'm detecting a bit of attitude. So I click on that link and it brings me over to this particular page. A last-ditch search for siblings 6 and 4 who vanished from their home 5 months ago. As theories swirl. A last-ditch effort to find missing Canadian siblings Jack and Lily Sullivan is set for November ahead of the winter as theories continue to pour in over their mysterious disappearance. No such thing as a mystery. The frantic hunt for 4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lily began after their mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, reported them that they had vanished from their home in Lansdowne Station, Pictou County, Nova Scotia on May 2nd, believing they had wandered out of the property. Almost 6 months later, the pair are still missing, and the approaching cold weather sees hope for their return dwindling. As a mother, I love my children more than life itself and feel so heartbroken for not being able to hold my 2 children, Lily and Jack, Brooks Murray wrote on Facebook on October 13th. Yeah, well, I'm not even going to dignify her statements at this point in time. It's over the top, unrepresentative of her true emotions, and contradictory to her behavior publicly. It came across really disingenuous. This Canadian organization, Please Bring Me Home, is rallying for volunteers. There you go, Kent. Why don't you wheel yourself on down there and give them a hand? To help with the November 15th search. So this organization that Belinda's got involved, I don't know a whole lot about them. They've been mentioned a few times in a few articles. But I think that it comes down to Malaya and Daniel certainly not wanting Belinda to get involved in any way. And it shows through their, if that text is what we think it is, then it's not representative of her true feelings. Let's see. So this Nick Oldreeve, executive director of Please Bring Me Home, told the Daily Mail that they typically don't get involved in such early stages of missing children's cases. But we feel like there's something we can do to assist and it's likely the last-ditch effort for these kids before snowfall hits, Oldreeve says. See, you can interpret all of this later on in front of a jury. And her behavior, meaning Malaya's at this point in time, would be evidence against her that she is withholding guilty knowledge about what happened to Jack and Lily. You can see the scenario working against Malaya Brooks through all of this. On one hand, here you have her just pleading and begging and wanting and thanking everybody for working so hard and doing things even though there's absolutely no results, and she hasn't been cooperative whatsoever. I don't consider it to be cooperative. She's been deceptive, standoffish, and told us a BS story. So why would Malaya all of a sudden be hesitant to work with all of the volunteers that are trying to find Jack and Lily? And Mike's right when he brought up the fact that they probably got a little bit too and are getting a little bit too close to home just by their proximity to the situation, because they're not bound by the rules that they've already lied around. So when they've got a NGO, like a non-governmental organization, coming in and trying to help them in ways that the normal police don't have resources necessarily for, but it can still be helpful, Malaya wants to chase them away and become difficult in the moment behind the scenes. Just an example, right? This is just another example so far. As fellow Canadians and a group who runs searches for missing people, we offer our group to come and assist. We've been on searches before and have had success. Oldreeve said the organization was contacted by children's paternal grandmother, Belinda Gray, as well as associates of their mother, Brooks Murray. He noted that the RCMP is set to continue searching in full force come spring, and the season is, bar none, the best time to search for anybody. Now, theories on the children's disappearance have swirled online, with their grandmother even believing that her heart tells me these babies are gone. What an interesting statement in light of what Janie is claiming. However, Oldreeve said his team are focusing on the misadventure theory that the kids wandered off from the home they shared with their mom, stepfather Daniel M., and his little sister Meadow, but noted that we are not too sure exactly what happened here. Well, you're not. At this time, we've only involved from a wandering/misadventure search effort, and that involves waterways, he said. was Old Reeve. So ponds, lakes, standing water, and creeks have to be revisited, he added. Remember way back early on in all of this, people were really itchy to search bodies of water? I mean, it's a great point. He said that the low water levels will help reveal more to the search teams, as they are expected to be scouring around a little bit more than 3 miles. We like to sit around 5 kilometers because it ensures that you're not rushing it and you're not going to miss anything, he said. Old Reeve said along with his team, they have invited volunteers and members of the public to scour land near the children's home, except all of those psychic mediums on YouTube. I think that the public is just itching to get involved, and it's going to give an opportunity for the community members to come together. True. Assist in the effort in an organized fashion, he continued. Search groups are expected to consist of around 10 people, led by the person with experience in an emergency response or similar search effort. Why wouldn't you be pushing for things like this to begin with on your own? Daniel probably never thought of that. He added, I just caution people too, if they're going to be coming in the search, it is not to try and get information out of anybody, but possible foul play stuff. We're looking for misadventure and wandering. That's the theory we've focused on that day. Old Reeve's caution during the search efforts comes after different theories have spiraled online about the children's disappearance. The case deepened this week after it was revealed that on the night of the children's disappearance, 2 neighbors reported hearing a vehicle coming and going in the middle of the night. Like you do. Well, RCMP confirmed to the CBC that after thorough review of surveillance footage, they found no evidence of any vehicle activity at that time. Well, what time? Which time? No driver has been identified, and the presence of a vehicle has not been substantiated as a key element in the investigation, the RCMP communications advisor, Alison Gerard, told the outlet. Gerard said witnesses reported hearing a vehicle, but weren't able to confirm ever seeing one on the night in question. According to court documents obtained by CBC, 2 constables conversed with nearby neighbor Brad Wong on May 9th. Wong said that he heard a loud vehicle coming and going around the area in the early hours of the morning on May 2nd, the day the children were reported missing. RCMP Corporal Charlene Curl wrote that Wong said his residence is elevated from Daniel Martel's, and he could see vehicle lights over the treetops. He said the vehicle left 3 or 4 times after midnight into the early hours of the morning. He said the vehicle would drive off in the distance and he could hear it stop, then return. He said it remained in earshot the entire time. I wonder if Brad Wong could hear all the way down to Earl's. Earshot. Court documents stated this, CBC reported. Another nearby resident, Justin Smith, told investigators on May 17th that he heard a vehicle on Highway 289 turn around by the railroad tracks near an intersection close to the children's home around 1:30 a.m. The constable who took Smith's statement wrote that the vehicle made noise, then went quiet. This for around 2 minutes, then drove on. Smith later spoke with Brad Wong, who informed him Daniel's vehicle came and went 5 or 6 times that night. Wong said the car Smith heard was Daniel. This is what the constable stated. Martel told police that he had gone to bed fairly early and didn't wake up until the next morning. Brooks Murray said that Martel had stayed up to clean the home, but it wasn't clean when she got up and doesn't know what he did. Malaya said she was not woken up throughout the night and does not know when Martel came to bed. Now, do you believe any of that crap? Martel told police no one left their home that night and they had no visitors, except that grumpy old lady in the driveway. RCMP said cadaver dogs were used to search. It's like having an eyewitness at all times out there with Janie. How could you ever get anything by Janie out there in the driveway? It's like somebody stalking you all the time. I'm not trying to make a joke, but it would seem like that. Like if it wasn't your mom living in your driveway in the RV, it would be somebody stalking you in your own driveway, just sitting out there in their car, watching everything that you do, building a fence around things. Anyway, what a weird scenario. Staff Sergeant Ron McMahon said that's still being treated as a missing persons case and no criminal activity has been found at this time. That they're going to tell you about. Found being the key word there. There are multiple aspects of this investigation ongoing simultaneously, McMahon said in a release. They just spelt his name in a different way there. Each piece of the information, including the results from the search teams, helps inform our next steps. With support from agencies across Canada, the investigative team is working to validate or eliminate leads and follow the evidence wherever it takes us. Right. Because in theory, everything couldn't have happened to Jack and Lily. Something specific happened to them. And you have to eliminate all of the things that couldn't have possibly happened through different steps, of course, right? Now, at this stage, and we've said all along, we're considering all possibilities. We'll keep going until we determine with certainty the circumstances of the children's disappearance and they are found. A search on October 8th around Lansdowne Station and the children's home did not result in finding any human remains. Take the dogs down to the railroad tracks? Not that I'm suspicious. It just makes me wonder. I'm considering the neighbors' observations to be true. And then I'm just inserting Daniel driving around out there. Not like I have any evidence for that. But I'm wondering and trying to fit that into my greater theory I keep in the back of my mind. But the possibility of things that could have happened. It's not like it's an extremely long, like 120 seconds, 2 minutes isn't long enough to do much except take a break and get yourself together for a second. Anyway. It would be interesting to probe further as to any more information that they're able to share about that night. At this, in the moment it would have been, like, as the responding officer. So it goes back into talking about Brooks Murray writing on her Facebook, her new censored Facebook. But all of these things she wishes that would occur. All of the right things. Just trying to say all the right things all of this time later. So this is the communication allegedly between Chrissy Tavern from Bring Me Home and Malaya Brooks Murray. Okay, it's getting pretty close, 2 weeks away. It's time to rake up some drama against them. That way Malaya has something to avoid, in the sense, oh, this agency, Bring Me Home, who's already been talked about in a positive light in the media. Malaya all of a sudden is going to introduce some reason that she doesn't feel like they're helping the situation. Because, of course, they're probing her probably for any more information, even though that they say that they're not. I believe that they're here for the right reasons. Like, no matter what, they're giving you the benefit of the doubt, and they said that publicly. It just shows you, I believe, that Malaya has an ulterior motive throughout all of her statements. her own internal agenda, which aligns with Daniel's. They're not looking to get caught in trouble for any of this. And they don't want to answer questions, fill in a proper timeline. There's all kinds of inconsistencies. You have to consider both their stories. And Malaya is sticking to that same nonsense script that she came with the first couple days. And what was that, the second day, May 3rd, where she had that statement in front of the cameras? Speaking in a philosophical manner, there's so many indicators of deception throughout it. You'd have to go back and do another video. But you know what I'm talking about. So it's Chrissy Tavern from Bring Me Home. Hey, hun, I haven't heard back from you yet. I just want you to know that we are still looking for the kids, but I just need to know that you're okay. What does that mean? I love to see the messages that preceded all of this. I don't know what they're even talking about. It would have something to do with their just getting in contact with the parents and letting them know, because really they want the world to think that they're just these two victims. So that's the way that they're going to play it, right? They have to play it a certain way. Malaya types back, I was told you were no longer on the case anymore and that you would no longer be contacting me. This came from major crimes due to something between you and Belinda's fake lawyer. Well, why on earth would you be introducing drama when the point of all of this is to try to find Jack and Lily? You've already kissed them off. Why is that? You kissed them off the day that you left that trailer and the RV sitting in the driveway with Janie. You gave Janie her real estate back. That was a celebration day for her. So this Facebook page, the link on the Daily Mail brought me here. They've got a 226 number. That's Ontario. That's a cell number from where I'm from, near where I'm from. You can't get any more. 226. That's interesting. So here they have what's going on. They're 100% recommended with 14 reviews. They've got a pleasebringmehome.com. Let's go check that out. Oh, very lovely. I see what you've done here. I like what you've done there. We find the missing. Since 2018, Please Bring Me Home has assisted in locating 50 missing people across Canada. Where are you guys from? Doesn't really tell me. Oh, you don't have an address? You're just around? Okay, then. That's fine. Please Bring Me Home is run 100% by volunteers. We rely heavily on the generosity of the public, businesses, and experts to bring the missing home. You can pay me later. Put it on my tab. Our teams are active in the field, speaking with family, friends, and anyone who might hold the key to these disappearances. Oh, that's going to set off alarm bells, guys. See, there you go. I mean, here we go. Right on your website says, our teams are active in the field, speaking with family, friends, and anyone who might hold the key to these disappearances. Well, I don't know about that. That's probably setting off alarm bells around the Martel residence. That's probably why Malaya is a little bit hesitant to work with you guys. I just don't think that you're as credentialed as Drunk Turkey. No, we already have our liaison, thank you. His name is Drunk Turkey. So think about what Malaya is giving up there. a lot of her simps would say that, this is an overly abusive, coercive environment. They might be partially right. That might be true. But she's more terrified about getting hemmed up and actually being accountable over this situation with the information that she's withholding. Those who know key details about these disappearances often do not wish to speak with law enforcement, it reads. This is where Please Bring Me Home comes in. If you've got something to hide, you don't want to work with these people. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I got something to hide. I ain't working with these people. I know exactly where Maleyha's coming from. She's got all kinds of things to hide. Put yourself in the shoes of the perpetrators here, the suspected perpetrators. Now it's starting to make a little bit more sense. Those who know key details about these disappearances, like Jamie, Malaya, and Daniel, often do not wish to speak with law enforcement. This is where Please Bring Me Home comes in. Our teams are not concerned with the criminality of cases, only in locating the missing while working within the framework of the criminal justice system. Shit, is this Ernie Shell? I'm just kidding. Listen, these unrelenting searchers made the point for us. Yeah, we can see why Daniel, Malaya, and Janie wouldn't want to be all that cooperative with Please Bring Me Home. But parents who truly were victimized, this could be very beneficial to them. Or could it? I don't know. It's just sketchy. Yeah, I get them. They're cool. That's cool. Who's that? Who's walking? Who's that? Man, I like your smocks. High-vis smocks. I'll get back to Mike's video and play this little 5-minute segment. Maybe we'll answer his question.
I believe her name is Chrissy Tavern from Bring Me Home, that organization that has volunteered to help find or help search for Jack and Lily. And I find this interesting because apparently, and this could be wrong, this could be right, but the source I've received the information from I consider credible, but make sure that I that you understand that sometimes I'm introducing something from people that okay, this is secondhand information, but I am feeling confident enough to bring it to you. A Chrissy Tavern has been kicked off the case due to Malaya and her team starting drama. Now, my question is, why would Malaya be unhappy with a certain individual volunteering to help find Jack and Lily? Isn't that interesting? So there was ongoing conversation. Thank you so much. This is a great idea. Thank you. And Malaya kept it very short. Thank you. Okay. So this person, I believe it was Chrissy, I'm not sure. Hey, Han, I haven't heard back from you yet. I just want you to know that we are still looking for the kids, but I just need to know that you are okay. So if you have 2 missing children, what would your reply be? Thank you so much. Please don't.
Right. If you had 2 missing children, you'd be super appreciative of any effort going on, especially if you don't know them and they've come from somebody else's recommendation.
Don't stop. I love you. If I can ever repay you, please find them. Don't give up. Don't give up. No, she says, I was told you were no longer on the case anymore. Who told you that? And why did they feel a need to assure you? And what is your problem with her? Did she point the searchers into a direction that gotten too close to home? She says, and that you would be no longer contacting me. What the hell? This person is here to volunteer finding Jack and Lily. And you don't have time for them? That's like Chris Proudfoot when people offered him help and he says, don't bother us anymore. We are here to help find your stepson. We are spending our time. This indicates that Malaya does not only isn't interested in finding Jack and Lily, but she doesn't want people to find out what happened. This came from major crimes due to something between you and Belinda's fake lawyer. That would be Daleen Thomas. So she's referring to Belinda's lawyer as a fake lawyer. And major
Yeah, you really get the resentment through the text towards Daleen Thomas, who's trying to help Belinda gain guardianship of Jack and Lily and all of this. How dare Belinda? How dare Belinda? From Malaya's perspective, Belinda would be meddling in that sense. I iced them out ages ago. She got plenty of shade to hide behind in regards to that. But nonetheless, I feel Belinda's doing the right thing, considering the circumstances, as long as Belinda's transparent about it. And she's been so solid in her true feelings about the case and right on point with avoiding pointing any fingers, really. But she's like a slice of common sense in this shit show. She's doing the right thing. But the resentment really comes through this statement from Malaya about what Belinda has and the purpose of her lawyer in the first place, which would be to gain guardianship and be a part of the flow of information and have access to certain documents that would allow Belinda into understanding the circumstances leading up to Jack and Lily's disappearance for the previous 24 months.
crimes. This came from major crimes due to something between you and Belinda's fake lawyer. What was between them? Did Belinda's so-called fake lawyer point out something to her and say, you guys are on the wrong track? Let's search here. Let's go towards Big Island Beach or what have you. Because I saw some of her stuff, and this actually makes it more interesting for me to see what certain people have. This avoidance, this major avoidance, leads me to believe that there was something that Belinda's lawyer and Chrissy Tavern may have started tapping into. So if you're connected with them, as I am with one of them, don't.
Yeah, that thing that they're tapping into is the guardianship and what that means.
About it as soon as I have it. Likely a lot of people will insert themselves into this now. I don't really care, but be careful when you get second or third hand information. This statement in itself says a lot of things.
Yeah, that's exactly it. This was released, Mike's video was released before actually those Daily Mail articles. I was just after I read Mike's, I went up to search this. So guys, let me know what you think about this message in the comments section below.